Entire neighborhoods in North Carolina are submerged in water, leaving residents without power, gasoline, groceries, and more. You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. More than 100 people are dead and more are missing after Hurricane Helene pummeled the southern U.S. Virginia Huey spoke to former Long Island residents who are struggling with the storm's aftermath.
Hurricane Helene carved a path of destruction through Asheville, North Carolina, washing out roads, destroying houses, and knocking out power and cell service for thousands of people. One of them is Bayshore native Sharon Cantor Farr.
It's catastrophic. There's whole roads that are totally washed out. A lot of people are stranded. There's been a lot of search and rescue operations going on here.
The destruction was especially bad in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where at least 50 people have died in and around the city of Asheville.
Previous record of the river rising was 20 feet, and it rose 27 feet.
75-year-old Cantor Farr considers herself one of the lucky ones. She says her house is still intact and her electricity was restored 7 hours after the storm hit. But Cantor Farr has been without running water since Friday. And like many residents, she has limited access to gasoline and groceries.
It's taken, 5 days to even start getting water to distribute because the major highways were closed in 3 directions. We have rain barrels, and so we have to empty the rain barrels and boil the water to wash the dishes.
Cantor Farr says she has no choice but to leave and seek refuge at a friend's house until running water is restored, but she hasn't lost hope of returning home.
Hey, I'm a Long Islander. We've been through many hurricanes and things like that.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Now, to read more about the aftermath, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Iran has fired dozens of missiles into Israel. At least 180 missiles sent millions of residents into bomb shelters to take cover. Iran says it fired the missiles as retaliation for attacks that killed leaders of Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Iranian military. And misdemeanor assault charges against John Jr. Gotti's wife and daughter have been dismissed. Gianna and Kimberly Gotti were arrested after being accused of attacking a woman during a Locust Valley High School basketball game. A judge dropped the case due to, quote, violations of discovery requirements.
Case shouldn't have been brought to begin. Shouldn't have been brought to begin, quite frankly. So what's real? What happened?
It feels great. I can't wait to go home to my mom and tell her the news.
Here's video from the fight back in February. The DA's office says it's reviewing its options following the judge's decision. Prosecutors dispute claims that there was a lapse in sharing evidence with Gotti's defense team. An attorney says he is representing more than 100 accusers who allege sexual misconduct against Sean Diddy Combs. The Houston attorney says he expects lawsuits to be filed within the next month from 60 male and 60 female victims, and that 25 were minors at the time of the alleged misconduct. Now, Combs' attorney says the rapper denies any claim that he sexually abused anyone, including minors. The 54-year-old music executive pleaded not guilty to federal sex trafficking charges last month. An alleged MS-13 gang member has been sentenced to 50 years in prison. Prosecutors say back in 2017 in Central Islip, Linez Escobar, known as La Diablita, lured 4 young men into a park where they were brutally attacked and killed. The judge says that if Escobar, who was 17 years old at the time of the killings, was 18, she would have been subject to mandatory life sentence. And Oyster Bay has approved a 6-month shell fishing ban. Now, this covers 1,400 acres of underwater land that was only accessible to a private vendor for the past 30 years. Town officials say the ban will let them study the health of the bay. Commercial fishermen oppose the ban and say the public should have access to that land. And only in Newsday, the movie theater at Broadway Commons Mall is closing. Showcase Cinema in Hicksville is closing after nearly 30 years. The company says it has chosen not to renew their lease. It will close on January 5th. Showcase Cinemas still has other locations on Long Island, like in Farmingdale and in Holtsville. A new claw machine arcade just opened up at a local mall. Elisa DeStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It's a claw machine arcade. Clawcade just opened at Roosevelt Field Mall.
People love prizes, and it's more not necessarily the prize, but the excitement of winning. They're called easy to win cranes, which means that people are going to win.
I have my card and I have my cart. They say it's easy to win, so let's see if I can fill her up. There are so many to choose from. I don't know where to begin. How about cute little duck? All right, let's try my luck with the duck. Ah! Yes! There are some big cranes, some small, over 80 crane games in all, and lots of prizes to win. Yeah! If I can get this Pokemon ball, super cool mom status.
Another thing that we do is if someone's having a hard time and let's say they have a certain prize that they want to win and it's stuck in the corner, one of our attendants will have no problem opening the crane, moving it to the center so you can win and making it easier for you to win.
Okay, arcade attendant, move it around for me. I really want the Pokemon ball.
Not a problem.
It really works like this?
Yeah.
You don't call that cheating?
We call it helping out.
I like this place, helping out. I could use a little help. They also have other arcade games to play, a private party room, and a prize counter. If you want, you could trade in your winnings for a bigger prize. I think I'm gonna bring them all home. Elisa DeStefano, Newsday TV.
How cool is that? Now, to read more about Clawcade, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now let's take a look at your Long Island weather. And today was absolutely gorgeous. It was mild, the clouds were above, it was a nice fall day, and tonight we are dipping into the mid-50s. So checking out tomorrow, you can see clouds will stick around again and temps in the mid-60s. So another nice cool one if you want to go for a walk outside. As for the 7-day forecast, looks like we're dry until Monday, which is nice to see. Clouds stay with us and temps stay near the mid-70s.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC. More than 70 suspicious deaths have gone unsolved on Long Island over the last 48 years. Newsday investigates how law enforcement is trying to bring closure to victims' families. The Forgotten, an exclusive Newsday investigation. Coming soon at Newsday.com.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.